Please, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? What's been happening? Can you hear me, please? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh no, what's happening? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Please confirm you can hear me. Confirm you can hear me. I notice I've been off for some time. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Please confirm you can hear me. Please confirm you can hear me. Confirm you can hear me. At what point did I go off? At what point did I go off? Please confirm. I just noticed I've been talking to myself. Please, at what point did I go off? I believe you all can hear me now. You can hear me now. Please, at what point did I go off? At what point did I go off? Please, at what point? At what point, please? At what point did I go off? Please, drop comments, please. At what point did I went off? Ah. Uh, okay, thank God. Thank God you guys can hear me now. At what point did I go off? At what point did I go off? At what point? So that I'll repeat the analysis on the instruments. Please, at what point did I go off? Whoa, whoa, from the beginning. Okay, okay, that means I have to start all over again. I'm sorry for that. It's network. I'm sorry for that. It's network. So I've just been talking to myself. Oh no. Okay, let me start with um, dollar index. Let me start with dollar index. Oh no. Okay, dollar index. I said dollar index. My bias for dollar index today is bearish. Okay, my bias for the dollar index is bearish. Now, if we look at dollar index, we can see that dollar has been bullish for some time. After the formation of this hammer, that's when the trend changed from bearish to bullish. After the formation of this hammer candle, that was when the trend changed from bearish to bullish, and it's been bullish for several weeks. Now, the first thing they did before the formation of this hammer was to sweep the liquidity residing at these lows. Here you can see they swept the liquidity residing at this low, and last week they swept the liquidity residing at this relative equal high last week. And if you go down to daily, I also think they filled a fair value gap. We had a fair value gap here also. They filled. Okay, so they swept the liquidity residing at this high, and I don't think they could not fill this gap. They did not fill this gap. Yeah, there's a gap here that needs to be filled. They've not filled that gap. Now they swept the liquidity residing at this previous high, and if you go down to 4-hour time frame, you can see the pattern we have on 4-hour time frame. Now we had a spine top. We had a spine top. Now it created a new liquidity here. You can see this relative equal high. Okay, this is another liquidity level, and I believe this level will be swept between now and Wednesday. CPI needs to be released on Wednesday, so I expect dollar to be bearish, and this is where I'm targeting. You see this fair value gap here on, I think it's on the daily time frame. You see this fair value gap, it's created on a daily time frame. I would love to see dollar pull back. I would love to see dollar pull back. Now, if you look at the structure we have here, you can see this is a bullish structure. If you are using the trend line, you can see that this is a bullish trend. The market has been respecting this trend line, you can see. So price is likely going to pull back to retest this trend line before it continues with its bullish right now. If price breaks out from this relative equal high, we should expect more buy on the dollar. We should expect more buy on the dollar. But for today's market, I see dollar selling. I see dollar selling for today's market. Okay, so we already have a bearish reversal pattern on the dollar index. I took a buy trade on GBP USD, Euro USD. That was around 6 a.m. and is in good profit right now. I think about 30 pips on each pair, Euro USD and GBP and I just took a USD JPY pair. I said, if you are willing to take the risk with me, execute the trade. If you don't agree with my signal on USD JPY, don't take the trade. Okay, because I don't win all trades. Sometimes I lose and sometimes I make profits. So if your analysis agrees with me, with mine, then you can take the trade. I'm bearish on USD JPY. USD JPY. I just took the trade some few minutes ago. Okay, and I'm going to tell you where I set my stop loss on USD JPY. Okay, so that's my take for the dollar today. I am bearish on the dollar. Then for yen, please apply proper risk and money management. Don't over leverage. Don't say because this signal is coming from a professional, it must hit TP and you now over leverage. Don't do that. Don't do that. The secret of successful trading is proper risk and money management. Okay, I'm consistently profitable because I manage risk like a professional. I don't over leverage. I don't take unnecessary risk. And if you are following my signals, you should apply proper risk and money management too. Don't cry to my inbox that you blow your account. You can only blow your account if you over leverage. Okay, yen basket. Always trade with the mindset to trade another day. Always trade with the mindset to be able to trade another day. Don't say it's just one day you want to blow your account. No. Capital preservation is key when it comes to trading. Capital preservation. So let's start with the weekly time frame for yen. Yen has been bearish for several weeks. You can see it. Yen has been bearish, and last week or today, it's this support. Now we have this relative equal low, which is a level of liquidity. They are definitely going to come for this low. They are definitely going to come for this low. Now it has hit a support level, and there's a strong rejection from that support. There's a strong rejection from that support. That was okay today, and you can see this support now is what is holding price. If price breaks out, if 4-hour candle closes below this support, we might see more sales on USD, on yen. We might see more sales on yen. They are definitely coming for this relative equal low. They will come for this relative equal low, but when, I don't know. But I would love to see price. Let's go to 4-hour. So you can see price just tested that support area after stripping this liquidity, and you can see the candlestick pattern we have here. That is all I need. Candlestick pattern is all I need to know when the market is changing trend. So this is a spinning bottom. Now, if I'm taking this to buy, if I'm buying yen because I saw this spinning bottom, my stop loss would be this low. Once price breaks out from this low, I'm exiting that trade. I'm exiting the trade. If a candle 4-hour closes below this low, it means this my bias has been invalidated. So I don't have to be fighting with the market. I'll just exit the trade. Exit the trade. Okay. So my stop loss, this is where I'll be exiting the buy for yen. The buy for yen. Now I'm not trading yen. I'm not buying or selling yen. I'm using this yen to determine the direction on USD pairs or JPY pairs. I'm using this yen to determine the direction for JPY pairs. And as you know, JPY pair is always you have the yen on the right side. You have the yen on the right side. So if yen is bearish, you're going to buy those pairs. If yen is bullish, you sell those pairs. Yen is always on the right. So if it is bullish, if yen is bullish, we're looking for sales. If yen is bearish, we are looking for buys. Okay, so that's it for yen. I am bullish on yen for today's markets. I'm bullish on yen. Okay. And I did advise that if you're trading dollar, please be very conservative because we have major news I'll release for the dollar from Wednesday. Today, we don't have any major news. I think tomorrow also there's no major news for the dollar. The first major news for the dollar is CPI, and that news will be released on Thursday. So Tuesday also you can see no major news today, no major news. Okay, then on Wednesday, that's when CPI will be released. So if you're trading dollar pairs before CPI, you have to be very conservative. You have to be very conservative because anything can happen when CPI data is released. Anything can happen. So don't let them use your stop loss as liquidity. Don't let them use your stop loss as liquidity. So if you're trading before CPI, trading dollar pairs before CPI, please be very conservative. Very conservative. Then on Thursday, unemployment claims, 1:30, that's 2:30 p.m. please, 2:30 p.m. Okay, I think the time has changed. The time has changed, so it's likely going to be 1:30 p.m. The market now opens 10 p.m. Nigerian time. Last was 11 p.m., but now it opens 10 p.m. So I think it's by 1:30 and not 2:30. That's when the news will be released. Then Friday, you can see we have several major news copies here. All these are high impact news. They are high impact news, so you have to be very careful if you're trading before the news is released. Okay, so let's go back to trading view. So let's see GBP USD. Okay, I mean, nice one. So GBP USD, let's start with the weekly time frame. Nice one. GBP USD. GBP USD and US dollar and USD JPY are negatively correlated. Looking for sales on USD. 70 to 80% of the time, both pairs they move in opposite direction. So on GBP USD, you can see we have here we have a doji. Last week, this tells me the market is about to change trend. Identifying liquidity, remember it resides at previous high. So this week, liquidity price will either come for this high or price will come for this low. Those are things that are likely going to play out in the market this week. It's either these are new level of liquidity, buy side liquidity, the low. So if liquidity, if my bias for the week is buy, I'll simple. That's to do. At the end of the week, just identify the buy side liquidity and liquidity. This is not difficult. Okay, previous high and previous low, simple. If you want to buy, you buy to the buy side liquidity. If you want to sell, you sell to sell side liquidity. Now that I'm buying GBP I would love to see it come and sweep this high. This would be my target. Okay, this is where liquidity is residing. Okay, and this is where they are most likely going to start selling the. This is my target for GBP USD. Let's go down to daily. So after the close of last week candle, we had an AMA here. It even started forming. They started giving us signals that they're coming exhausted, and there's a high probability that price reverse. Spinning candle here, next candle AMA. This one also closes as an AMA. This also closes as an AMA. This tells me we should be looking for buy. Then we think candle. You can see that this candle closes above the high of this candle and also the high of this candle. So this is an engulfing. You can see, I think it's because we have a fair value gap after the formation of this pattern here. They also know most retail traders who have executed buy after the formation of this AMA here, and after the formation of this inverted AMA, they know most retail traders who have bought, and their stop losses, where would they have their stop losses? Their stop losses will be residing at this low. That's where most retail traders you have been taught, set your stop loss using the lows. So your stop loss is there. So I think that was what they did this morning. They had to come and do what? Sweep you out, take your stop loss before going bullish. Before going bullish, you can see that's what is playing out now. And most likely you can see this fair value gap here. This fair value gap here. Okay. This fair value gap here. It's most likely going there. Okay, it's likely going there. It's likely going to hit that level. Okay, but if price breakouts from this, so my buy now, my stop loss on GBP USD, my stop loss is this low. This is the low. I use the low of this candle for my stop loss. Anything that makes price break this low, I know my bias has been invalidated and I don't have to fight with the market. I just have to take that loss. That's it. I have to take that loss once it gets to this level. So my stop loss is at this level. So it's either in my direction, gives me profit, or it goes against me. I'm ready to. I don't have to fight with the market. If the market says I'm gonna, I just wait for the next opportunity. Okay. In as much you have funds in your trading account, there will always be opportunity to recover whatever losses. Okay, losses you make, you can recover back. In as much you stay disciplined, you stay focused, and you apply proper risk and money management, you will always recover. Those who blow accounts are those who over leverage. They don't have a trading plan. They are just gambling in them. You keep blowing your account. Okay, so that's for GBP USD, Euro USD. Same. I took a buy. Let's see what's happening on Euro USD. Yeah, I took a buy. I think it was after the formation of the year. That was when I entered a buy. at this point, 1525. That's about 40 pips now, close to 40 pips profit on Euro USD. So you can still take the buy, although you are entering the market very late. You are the best entry for Euro USD. This is the best entry. It's very important that you catch the trend at its early phase. Okay, so you can see all this liquidity here, all this liquidity. Euro USD will sweep all this liquidity. There's a high probability Euro will come and sweep this liquidity, all this liquidity. That's my expectation. And above levels of liquidity, we have this fair value gap. So this on liquidity. Once they sweep these liquidities, they're going to fill this gap. So that's my target for Euro USD. That's my target for Euro USD. Okay. Now it has created a support here. Anything that makes a candle close below this support. So my stop loss is at this low. This is where I set my stop loss, the low of this candle. Anything that makes price breaks out from the zone, that buyer has been invalidated. So if you want to take the trade at this point, the target should be at this point. This is a 1 to 2 risk reward. This is more than 1 to 2 risk reward. Take the loss, don't take the trade. You are not even supposed to be a forex trader. You are not willing to take losses. Trading is not for you. Okay, you must learn to be comfortable with losses in this market. Yeah. Which other pair do you want me to analyze? Let me know. Okay, Euro, Australian dollar. Euro, Australian dollar. Okay. If there's any pair you have any question, please give the video a thumbs up. If you haven't done that, give it a thumbs up. And if it's your first time joining the live stream, do subscribe to the channel so that anytime I come on live, you get notified by YouTube. Okay. So let's move next pair. Euro Aussie. Let me use this. Euro Aussie, Euro Aussie, Euro Aussie. Yes, Euro Aussie. Okay. So Euro Aussie, you can see Euro Aussie gave us a bearish bias for some weeks now. Euro Aussie has been bearish. It gave us a bearish bias. So you can see it has been bearish. It gave us this bias several weeks ago. It gave us this bearish bias, and now price is at a discount. Price is what? Is at a discount. Discount you should look for buy. Okay. So if I'm going to take any risk on Euro Aussie today or this week, it's going to be buy. If I'm going to take any signal, any trade on Euro Aussie, any risk, it is buy. Okay. I will go for buy. I would go for what? Buy. I hope that is clear. So I think it has to, you can see what we have here on a daily time frame. Like an engulfing on a daily time frame. Euro Aussie. Okay. Okay. So I think Fibonacci from this swing low to this price is at a discount now. So you should be looking for buys and not sell. That's my take on Euro Aussie. Okay, from this swing low, this swing high, this is 4 hour time frame. You want to see price pull back to a discount area. You can see, and that it has done. You can see the pattern we had here. This is a spinning candle indicating that the normal rated traders would have executed buy this morning after the formation of this spinning, and their stop loss will be at this low. And I think that's the reason they had to push price below the low of this candle to suit the liquidity residing at that low. You can see after this inverted AMA, many would have also bought. After this AMA here, many would have bought, and their stop losses would be here. That is the reason for this sell. That's the reason for this sell. They had to come and sweep the liquidity. So my take on Euro Aussie is buy. My take on Euro Aussie is buy. Which other pair do you want me to analyze? Let me know. Let me know. Which other pair? So let's look at gold and GBPJPY. Gold and GBPJPY. Okay. So as you can see, gold is bullish. Gold is bullish. My bias for gold still remains bullish. it still remains bullish. Okay, it is bullish, bullish, bullish. Gold is bullish. Gold is bullish. I think what they did this morning was to sweep liquidity. I think that was what they did this morning. Bullish. Okay, gold is bullish. I think was this the first candle for the day? Yeah, this was the first candle. This was a massive sell. I think this massive sell was to sweep liquidity residing at this low. Okay, so they swept the liquidity residing at this low. You can see the candlestick pattern that form. This would have been a good entry for gold. This opening of this candle, you can see we have what looks like an hammer here. So gold is bullish. If I'm going to take any risk on gold today, it has to be buy. It has to be buy. Gold is bullish. And for the week, gold is still bullish. Every sell on gold this week will be a reversal. Every sell on gold this week will be a reversal. Now, they might still want to sweep these lows because you can see what we had there was a ranging market. The market has been in a range. So here we had these highs. That's the buy side liquidity. And we had this, this is the sell side liquidity. This morning was to sweep the sell side liquidity. And after sweeping the sell side liquidity, they are most likely going to go for the buy side liquidity, which will be the high. And above this buy side liquidity, we have this fair value gap. We also have this fair value gap. So there's a high probability that they are going for this buy side liquidity. That's what I see on gold. That's what I see on gold. That's what I see on gold. Okay. Then GBP JPY. Let's see GBP JPY. GBP-JPY, you can see the bias on GBP-JPY is bearish. Bias on GBP-JPY is bearish. Okay, it's bearish for today. That's my take on GBP-JPY. The bias is bearish. The bias is bearish. So you can see what we had here. This is an engulfing pattern indicating change in trend from bullish to bearish. This is an engulfing pattern, and if you apply your Fibonacci from this swing high to this swing low, I think price is currently above 50. You can see it here. Is above 50. You can see price is at a premium area. Is at a premium area. So we could see sells on USD or GBP-JPY anytime soon. But before you sell, wait for a bearish reversal pattern to form on 4-hour or 1-hour time frame. Wait for a bearish reversal pattern to form on 4 or 1-hour time frame. So if this current candle is spinning top, patiently wait before you sell. If the bearish or this current candle closes bearish, you can sell. You cannot sell now that what we have here, since the market open, this thing is bullish, 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 bullish. So you cannot sell. You cannot sell. Before you sell, you need to ensure that a bearish candlestick prints on the chart before you sell. So you cannot sell right now. Okay, you cannot sell right now. So I think you can see we still have a fair value gap here on GJ. So most likely, maybe this is why it's still trying to, push up. You can see. And this level is a level of liquidity. Because most retail traders, the impatient one will see this as spinning top or inverted hammer. They will start selling. That was last Friday candle. So the high, this was the high of last week. They might want to take it, sweep it as liquidity, then use that opportunity to fill this favor gap. I think that's the reason it's still trying to, push price up. That's what is playing out. But if a bearish reversal pattern forms here and the bearish candle closes, then it's most likely not going to come and fill this gap. But if it breaks out from this high, then you patiently wait for them to fill this gap completely. Okay, that's what I see playing out on GJ is going to say. You can even see here it has given us an angry man. You can see it has given us an angry man, and it also filled. We had a fair value gap here. It filled that fair value gap. Let's see. We had a gap here. There was an opening gap, right? See where the market opened. There's an opening gap, and I think it has filled that gap. You can see that it has filled that gap. So might retrace from that, you can see the pattern we have here on 15 minutes time frame. This is a shooting star. This is a shooting star. You can see the fair value gap it came to fill. You can see this is the fair value gap it came to. You can see that. Can you see that? So it's likely going to sell. You could just patiently wait, like I said, patiently wait for 4-hour candle to close before you take the sell. Before you take the sell, wait for the 4-hour candle to close before you take the sell. Any other question? Is there any other pair you want me to analyze? Let me know. Is there any other pair you want me to analyze? Let me know. For those of you that would love to get this on Signal software, you can send me a message on WhatsApp. 1 month subscription goes for just $20. And for those of you who have this software, there's an update. There's an update when you renew your subscription. You would have access to that update. You have access to that update, and that update, since you receive signals on your phone, okay, so you don't have to be on your PC 24/7 waiting for a signal. No, every 4 hour, when there's a setup, the software will generate the signal and you receive notification on your phone. You receive, like the GBP USD trade I took this morning. The software generated the signal. Yes, it generated the signal. All I did was just execute. You can see it here. You can see. So it's now scanning. Generated the signal this morning for buy Euro USD, buy GBP USD, sent the notification to my phone, and all I did was just execute. So once you renew your subscription, you're gonna get access to this. Okay. Any question? Any question? Any question? Any question? Any question? Any question? And like I said, I'm giving just lifetime access to this software for just $100. Just first 5 persons have access to this lifetime access. Just 5 persons for $100. Just 5 persons. Okay, so if you're interested, just send me a message on WhatsApp. Any question? Any question? If there are no questions, then I'll have to end the class. Any question? Any question? Mr. Richard, Mr. Kola, Abe. Mr. Ozoma, good morning, sir. Any question? Any question from you? Any question? Is there any other pair you want me to analyze? Is there any other pair you want me to analyze? Let me know. You're welcome, Mr. Peter. So I think that will be all for this session. I appreciate every one of you for your participation, and I wish you all a profitable trading day. Our next session will be tomorrow by 10 a.m. Do have a wonderful day.